Now we wonder, have we let it get away? Will the game ever come back?
We've got 10,000 rinks. We have an enormous richness of facilities, of people who have the right ideas. It's a matter of changing the attitude, changing the whole development system to orient it around certain ideas that came out of the Open Ice Summit.
There's no question that we're not developing enough skilled hockey players.
Let's take a small step here.
More unstructured practices where young kids really develop creativity and imagination.
Mothers and fathers play an absolutely vital role.
They've got to get help in finding out what's best for their kid.
In order to make this work, we have to support our coaches.
Those associations that implemented when it first came in, you could see that success now.
But if we don't water the tree, if we don't provide the environment with which those individuals can flourish and at the appropriate time chase the competitive juices, the game is in sad shape.
We are moving in the right direction. There's a will, because we understand the need, and we're going to respond, and we're going to be better for it.
We need help. Winning attitude is small picture, and daily, the skill development is big picture. We, as coaches, don't look at the big picture.
It's ridiculous.
When did it get like this?
A lot of times, parents become a problem because they're not informed. They're left in the dark. It's their children that you're working with, and they're not informed properly.
So I think that there are a lot of great parents in the game who have great intentions for their youngsters.
These moms and dads who come out and coach, God love them. They do the best that they can.
We have a tendency of looking at the National Hockey League, and you see, like Ken is talking, the intensity in the coaches, the intensity in the players. And parents see that and try to bring that to 9 or 10-year-olds.
Millions will A.
1, 2, 3, yes!
This minor Pee-wee game features the young nationals against the junior Canadians. The aggressive play is strikingly similar to that seen in a professional game. The boys are only 12.
I've had coaches from York come over here and watch a Pee-wee game or a Bantam game, and they cannot believe the physical play, how much body contact is in the game. I think a lot of Europeans respect our game, but they're confused, and they still believe we win through intensity versus skill, and maybe that's still true.
Holy, that's enough.
It's not wanting parental scrutiny.
There are very few other parental experiences where you actually have the chance to watch your son or daughter in a situation that you can't control. And you are there helpless, watching it all play out. If you would, put bleachers into a classroom and you invited parents in to watch, they'd behave the same way. It all has to do with watching your kids, seeing how they're doing, living and dying with them, seeing their personalities, and feeling incredibly frustrated and wanting and all the rest of it, as it's going on.
Can we develop better players and better people?
So I think our evaluation system really puts a lot of stress on coaches, and I think that's very unfair. We have to have parents understand that winning is not a great way to evaluate your coaches. It's, did the kids have fun? Are the kids back for the next year? Do you think their skills were enhanced? Did they all get a chance to play and compete? And until we philosophically look at the game a little bit different, I think we're always going to struggle to develop players.
Of coaches, the CHA is looking to change traditional attitudes toward practices.
You display your skills in games, you develop your skills in practice. The amount of possession time a youngster has in terms of puck possession in a game is very, very limited. If you watched youngsters play age 9, 10, 11, and you timed the possession per boy, you'd be amazed at how little they have the puck. So how can they develop pucking skills in the course of a game? They can't.
The skill level is only developed through repetition, and repetition is really the key. Where do you get repetition? You get it in the practice or the training sessions.
Well, how do we make practices better?
How many games do you play, and how do you practice? And practices are really directed by coaches, and if we can influence coaches at all levels, I think that's where it starts. And it doesn't start at the age of 15, 16, and 17. It really starts at the ages of 6, 7, and 8.
establish some guidelines and really maybe sell the parents that we want to have some fun, we want to, you know, develop some skill in our players, we want to develop a winning attitude, but, you know, that's going to be the end result. And if you lose a game, it's not the end of the world.
These players are brought together under the best leadership the CHA has to offer. Good coaching isn't always a given. Our minor hockey system is so vast, coaching can be inconsistent.
We have a large, broad-based game where a lot of fathers have to volunteer time. They don't have a lot of hockey expertise. If you go to Czech Republic, you go to Russia, it's a highly skilled coach who's been educated at university in ice hockey, who's teaching the game to those children.
Our top coaches are well versed in training methodology. The challenge will be to take that knowledge to the nearly 75,000 registered coaches in the grassroots.
If the coach doesn't understand his impact on those kids and doesn't understand or doesn't have the right attitude, then we're in trouble.
Can you tell them that the guy that's coming across the penetration pass?
We have the resources, we have the people, it's the will and the idea we're going to adapt a new attitude, and we're really going to mount a massive behavioral change in our game. And, you know, I think the Canadian hockey are trying to do that. The Open Ice Summit was a real propelling influence.
Our competitors know Canada's systematic approach too well. The Open Ice vision sees us crafting a new identity.
We've recognized, I think, lately that we're very structured in terms of how we practice, and we practice tremendously well. You know, we do great things on the ice in those settings, and when we get out on the ice, it seems like we're almost robotic to a point.
Considerable amount of time discussing Canada's coaches. Why not? The coach is in the front line. They're the ones responsible for developing players. In effect, the teachers. If our ability to teach was better, perhaps there would be less focus on winning and more on skill development. The teachers would need to be taught.
There's no question the mentorship program is huge. There's no question it's been around a long time, a long, long time. We've never identified it as being what it is today, and that is a critical program in our development of coaches in Canada.
That's what coaching's about. It's about teaching. It's about learning. It's about cooperation. And to me, all coaches that are interested in development, and that's the key word, are interested in learning themselves.
The CHA knows that it could take years for the program to pay off.
At Ajax, we also start training in running technique with the youngest groups in a number of variations. This